Hello and welcome to another episode of Talk Punch. Dylan,
Yeah.
Steven Seagal or Jean-Claude Van Damme?
I'm going Van Damme. He's got really good form. He actually has competed in tournaments and all that kind of thing. He's not like 500 pounds living in Russia and having people just kind of fall down for him. Although, I will say, Marked for Death, pretty good movie. I went back and I revisited it and yikes. It's pretty good, but, you know, hey.
Hey, Under
Keith
Siege.
David's
Under
in it.
Siege
That's
was a
always
good movie.
Tommy Lee Jones was in it.
He made the movie. He was the star. I think Van Damme definitely spawned more like straight to video sequels on his stuff. Like there's five or six blood sports and kickboxers and multiple time cops. He's got quite a legacy. He also seems like maybe a better hang.
Yeah, I'd want to hang out with him.
Doesn't make him a good hang, but Seagal maybe seems kind of like the worst hang.
I've seen videos of him, and nuts, dude, nuts.
Yeah, if you want to entertain yourself, read about his Saturday Night Live experience and the cast impression of him.
I caught these two guys with 3 kilos of cocaine. What do you think they were doing with them? Making shark for girls' softball games.
Look, we're going to be talking all things action tonight. The action heroes that we grew up watching in the 80s and 90s. We're going to talk about the big guys, the Schwarzeneggers, the Stallones. We're going to get to the little guys. We're going to talk a little Don the Dragon Wilson and Michael Dudikoff. Yeah. We're going to cover it all. And by the end, we're going to have a little conversation about where we are in today's modern cinema with the idea of action heroes. Is that still a thing? So, Dylan, we got to start right at the top, though. We got to start with Schwarzenegger and Stallone. They battled it out in the 80s. They battled it out in the 90s, and they're still doing things in 2026.
They're still doing it.
They haven't stopped.
Give me your take on Schwarzenegger and Stallone, because I
think overall body of work, I probably side with Schwarzenegger. I think there's more of his movies that I think I would like if I had to watch one tonight. And I was just looking at their catalog side by side. I think Arnold's got more movies that I'd be like, boom, 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 boom. But but Demolition Man and the Rockies and stuff I don't know if anything on Arnold's catalog is nearly as good. I think Stallone's top is like better than anything Arnold's got.
You know what? It's funny because I actually have a very similar, if not almost identical, viewpoint on all of those. Like I really think a lot of his stuff is a lot. It's I don't want to say relatable because I've never been as big as either of those guys, muscle wise or any wise, really, compared to them. But you know, if I have to grab a movie, Stallone or Schwarzenegger's is more just kind of like hey, who doesn't want to take out Predator and just toss it right in there? Forget the sequels, forget all of that other stuff. But you know, I gotta say, like you see Stallone, and he sometimes maybe not in the 90s, maybe in the 80s and 70s, and then maybe in the later 20 somethings, he starts doing his acting. He's actually doing he's gotten Academy Award nominations here. Should have won.
He does.
He should have won.
Should have won. Forget about it.
But when it comes to like.
I feel like people may be screaming at their computer right now or tablets, going like, Terminator 2 is better than anything Stallone's ever done, and maybe that's fair.
That's very fair.
I think Terminator 2 is I think for me that's probably the best. That and Predator are probably my favorite Schwarzenegger films. But I mean, come on, man! Stallone has got throw the Rocky and Creed franchises out even, and still there's good movies in there, man. There's some good Some not bad.
When he was given that monologue in Creed, the first Creed, but I mean, of course that was going to be fantastic. But I mean, when he was doing that, I was getting choked up there. I was like, he's really talking about loss. Rocky Balboa, that was the first movie that I showed my wife in the Rocky series. That was the only one that we had on hand at the time. And she was like, I don't want to see this. It's probably some stupid musclehead punching people and all that. And I'm like, you are not. I put it on, and she's like, "This is actually really sad. He's all by himself." And I'm like, "Now we got to see it before that."
We should sometime when Brody's feeling better and back with us, and he couldn't be here tonight.
Yeah,
hey, hit him up in the comments. Let him know you're thinking about him. We all wish him well. Speedy recovery. He'll be back soon. It's never the same without him. But it'd be fun to go through and just do a ranking of their movies. And so put them all in a pool and just say, okay, like number 1 is this, 2, 3, and like maybe do top 20 and just see, because I feel like there'd be maybe more Arnold on there, but maybe I'm overweighting some of that stuff. I know you'd probably try to slip at least 6 Balboa performances in there at least.
Maybe not 6, but yeah, it'd be tough because you sit there and do we look at it as individual movies? Do we look at it as a whole series?
Maybe we should look at it as a series. Get the franchise in there.
Makes sense. Now, if we were to make it a lot easier, I'm going to make this a whole lot easier. When I was a kid, when I was 6, one of the first action movies I watched was Enter the Dragon. My dad was like, "You're old enough, and I guess your brother is too. We're watching Enter the Dragon," and I showed you that movie. If you had to say, like, one of your favorite martial arts movies, when you think of martial arts movies, you got Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, very martial arts. You got some Jackie Chan movies, Jet Li. When you think, hey, I'm going to watch a martial arts movie, what kind of go-to do you think of?
That's really hard because that's such even within the movie, like, because I love like Shaolin Soccer and Kung Fu Hustle. I think are really fun.
Oh, those
movies, but I mean, that's not nothing remotely in the same stratosphere as in terms of like what kind of movie they are, as like Enter the Dragon or things like that.
Mm.
If you asked me this question like around 89 to 91, I would have said Best of the Best. I loved Best of the Best. It would come on. I'd be homesick from school and like, as a young guy and this Eric Roberts and his, got his hair like this.
Yeah.
Pulled
back. He was always ready to cry. He's always like, "You just hit my son. I'm going to kill you." I loved the whole thing. I got to say, Best of the Best 2, Philip Reed, he literally is fighting a guy who's over 6 feet tall. So he is excellent. I love the fact that he jumps up, he puts his hands on the guy's shoulders and headbutts him and then drops back down. I was just like, yeah. So that's how you could do it. Some old guy, you can still headbutt him.
There are 4 Best of the Bests. 4.
Mm-hmm,
it's crazy. Mm-hmm. And one of those in all of them. Philip just kept that franchise alive.
He is excellent as martial artist. He was the
best of the best.
Oh yeah, he was up for Liu Kang in the first Mortal Kombat.
Oh, it would have been so much better if he got it.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. Would have been way better.
Excellent.
Look, you mentioned Brandon Lee. I just watched. I finally tracked down a Rapid Fire. I hadn't seen I haven't had to see that, or what was it, the Tokyo one, Showdown Little Tokyo.
Oh yeah, Showdown Little Tokyo.
I haven't seen that one in a while, but like I got to watch Rapid Fire. Man, what a shame, man. He would have been such a huge star. What a sad.
He was so funny in that movie.
Him and Bruce, man, was so sad. He was great. Very charismatic, and
so fun.
His style, I think, just like fit the screen so well. What a shame.
After he passed away, I gotta say, and not even after he passed away, like definitely before that, the top 3 people who I look at as martial arts action stars: Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Donnie Yen.
Donnie Yen's so
Give
good.
me one movie with one of those guys where you're just like, I'm taking this off the shelf, I'm watching it.
Oh man, I really where the Jackie Chan and Jet Li, where do you come down on like because they're so different and
they're different styles completely.
Like the theatrics of Jackie Chan and the comedy. And like the elegance of that choreography versus like how fast and impressive Jet Li is on screen. Like what do you like? I'll be able to answer your question, but like I've been wanting to ask you about that. Where do you like when you're watching? Is it more about the impressiveness of the fighting, or are you kind of like into the idea of how Chan uses his body and the world around him to create like these incredible stunts?
It's funny because in Rapid Fire, Brandon Lee does a tribute to Jackie Chan in Police Story. Like in one of his first fight scenes, he like runs into a guy with his motorcycle and goes through like this whole like bunch of glass and what have you, and goes outside. Jackie Chan is I will say this, Jet Li was an absolute phenom, like just a virtuoso at wushu, which is a very elegant style, excellent, and he was one of, if not one of the best of that style. Now, Jackie Chan learned a lot of different styles, and he took the theatricality because he was trained in the with the Chinese opera. And he took all of that stuff, all the training and all of what he learned and all of those things. And his style was like his personality. He was using everything. He has he started to excel in the 90s of all of these, of having it like an all-on-one kind of a thing where people are just charging at him. He's running through places. He is contorting himself. He's doing stunts, stuff no way. But then you got Jet Li, who is just like a tornado of martial arts. His form is unbelievable. And the funny thing is, Donnie Yen trained a lot with in Wushu as well. He was kind of like a generation or so, or maybe even like the same generation as Jet Li. But I mean, both of those guys were unbelievable. It was funny seeing him as Ip Man because he was learning Wing Chun, and which is vastly different than Wushu, and he was also unbelievable. Jet Li and Donnie Yen, I gotta say, are, as martial artists, just unbelievably phenomenal. Now, Jackie Chan has got a theatricality and a less taking himself seriously style that I think that's fair to say. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's I don't want to say digestible, but it's so just easygoing. He comes along and he's this happy guy. It's totally different than a lot of these martial artists. Because then you get things like you've got Stallone, you've got Schwarzenegger, but then you get Bruce Willis. What the girls will get together, have a few laughs. Well, he didn't start out ever as that.
No, he didn't. Jackie Chan reminds me of like Fred Astaire of martial arts, like he's just dancing out there. It's wonderful, and of course that levity leads to things like the Shanghai Noon and Shanghai Nights, which I liked. The Rush Hour movies, which I liked. You know, like so Iron Monkey. Is that like the gold standard? Like that's a great film, but I mean it's really hard to compare. To compare something
with
like
Jackie
that
Chan stuff.
With Jackie Chan stuff, I don't know. Let me ask you this: you mentioned Bruce. Bruce kind of fits into a category of action hero, kind of like Kurt Russell to me, and they both had a lot of big action movies in the 80s and 90s. Where do you land on like the Kurt Bruce scale?
Kurt Bruce scale? I would go with Bruce Willis. Scale. I gotta say, I love like how not just the like action kind of things of Bruce Willis, but I love like his acting when he actually put in some caring, and you can hear it in his voice. He was like magnetic. He could do comedy. Remember, we were watching Moonlighting. Yeah, we were watching Moonlighting, and it still hands up because of him, because he was so funny. He was just throwing himself into it. That's how he was doing it. Like, I look at him a lot like I look at kind of Jackie Chan, where he isn't infallible. He's not some big machine, which is really fun to watch. You want to see T2 with Schwarzenegger just mowing people down and being like, he'll live.
Invincible specimen, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, and Kurt Russell, I would say, I don't want to say he's a lower tier action star, but he never specialized in action. Like, he would do action, and he was great in it. Even if he was terrible, like in Big Trouble in Little China, that's my favorite action movie with Kurt Russell because he is completely oblivious.
How did that not spawn sequels? That's like right up there on like that True Lies. There's just some movies I'm like, how did that not get a sequel? All these sequels, man. I'm looking at like endless lists of like sequels as we were prepping this, and I'm like, man, there's some standouts that just missed it. It's Bruce and Kurt are like two sides of the same archetype. Where Kurt's like, hey, it's lucky for you that I'm here, and Bruce is like, come on, don't make me do stuff. Like the reluctant dirtbag versus the like, I'm the cock of the walk dirtbag. And I love them both. They're fantastic. But yeah, I got to give the nod to Bruce.
Oh yeah, come on. What was that one movie? Last Boy Scout. He's a complete scumbag.
Love.
Yeah, he even says, "So I'm a dirtbag," or "I'm a." Oh, I thought it was. He picks up a cigarette that's just on the floor.
Now, guess how many Bruce Willis movies came out in the year 2022?
No.
This is the sadly, he's obviously no longer able to make movies. So 2023, he has 2 movies that come out, and that's the end. But in 2022,
he has 2.
20 and 23, there's 2. In 2022, I won't even make you guess because you're never going to get there. 11 movies. 11 movies.
Wow.
And and it's been this is like him, John Cusack, Nicolas Cage. There's like I swear, that just movies are spawning into existence. I'll be on a streaming service and I'll kind of be like, wait, what? When did this movie? This movie doesn't exist. Was it? All of a sudden Bruce Willis is popping up in something else. Corrective Measures. What?
Yeah,
White Elephant. Wire Room.
Did you ever? I talked to you guys once. I talked to you guys about this one YouTube channel called Space Ice, and I mean, like, it's almost like they are doing, what do you call it? They're doing like all of Seagal's movies, and he's just like, he's pumping them out as if like somebody's laundering money through them. They are so bad. He'll sit in his chair and be fighting people. They'll be running over to him, and he's like, I can't even do an impression. I can't do it. But he'd sit there, and he's sitting down, and they keep pumping out those things. I'm like, how many movies? He must have had 200 movies at this point. None of them good. Not even close. Yeah. Not even close. And sometimes, wild. I don't know if you've actually heard this, but like sometimes somebody's dubbing in his voice. Like he needs somebody to dub his voice. That's how like he has like stunt doubles walking up and down stairs for him, and sometimes he can't even like loop his own lines. But left and right, they're coming out.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me ask you this, because I want to get to some other things here, but I feel like we can't talk about. There's two things I really want to talk about. Number one is where do you draw the line on what we would consider to be an action hero? And I think like one of the people that always gets mentioned if you could like go look up some lists or watch it, is Harrison Ford. He had Star Wars and Indiana Jones, Blade Runner. Then he goes on to be in the John Clancy's, like the Patriot games, and
that's right,
Air Force One, and things like that.
Oh yeah, get off my plane. I'll say this:
would you consider Harrison to be an action star?
Well, there's one way you can always tell if somebody is an action star, as long as they are an older actor and not a younger one. They're in the Expendables, and he was in the Expendables. He was in Expendables 3, and you know what? It worked. He was Han Solo. He was Indiana Jones. He was throwing down, fighting Nazis, fist fighting Nazis. He is going from he's like, all right, they've got the Ark of the Covenant. I'm going to go from car to car, from town to town, and I'm being dragged through the city here on my whip. And he still gets in there. I would give it to him, absolutely. Now, I wouldn't say that he specialized in it as, let's say somebody like Stallone or Schwarzenegger or even Bruce Willis, really. But I definitely would say absolutely action hero. I don't know, he's in one of the best shapes there is as an older guy, and yet he's not making more action movies, even in his old age. I'm like, come on, dude. Why do you keep in shape if you're not going to do an action movie? Like this kind of shape. He's fantastic. They're
going to keep pumping out more Indiana Jones movies. Harrison's really a funny interview, and there's never been someone who seems to hate being there more than Harrison Ford.
Yes,
and I'm not sure how much of that is real or how much of that is a bit. I'm sure the line has been blurred a little bit for him, but it's very entertaining. He's got this very sardonic wit, and he's just like very gruff and
very.
There's never been someone that I've seen that's been a bigger star who's been more honest about just doing things for a paycheck, like Captain America: Brave New World or whatever. He's like, just
hey, you see, I'm here for the money. He's playing the Hulk.
Yeah,
I forgot that he was even in the MCU.
Yeah, technically, he is.
I was like, wait, he was. Yeah,
he's cashing some of those the big Marvel checks. Yeah, this is a tricky one for me. Maybe this is a really really bad bar to like wager, but like if I heard that Steven Seagal or Jean-Claude Van Damme or Jason Statham or Sylvester Stallone or whatever was in like a little art house film where they're playing like a, I don't know, recovering drug addict or something, or someone dying of cancer, or doing like a Shakespearean or off-Broadway play, ooh, I'd be like,
yeah,
whoa boy, I can't. We sure Steven Seagal, Jeffrey Speakman is going to be in a he's Willie Loman. I don't know, like
Willie Loman.
Harrison Ford to me, he's like a movie star, he transcends the action genre. Or like, if Harrison shows up in a drama like regarding Henry or whatever, I'm not like, what's he doing there? He doesn't belong there, like. So and maybe I'm being too narrow, but I don't know. I get it's weird, like seeing like a poster of like the '80s action heroes, and you see all these like ripped up dudes, and then there's like Harrison going like, "I'm here for the money."
Okay, now there's something I actually wanted to ask you about action stars. Do you consider people in the MCU action stars? Do you think like RDJ, is he an action star? Is Chris
I don't
Helmsworth or Chris Pine or all the Chris's, are they action stars?
This is maybe a good transition. I do think like, we didn't spend nearly enough time talking about Wesley Snipes. I think there was the 80s and 90s had real he's so freaking good. Really, the 80s especially launched a lot of these franchises that we love. Aliens, Terminator, Predator, all these wonderful franchises. They had really memorable names for characters, like as if I say like Jack Burton or Snake Plissken or whatever. Like, yes, we know. I sat there today for like 5 minutes and I tried to think of the name of Liam Neeson's character in Taken. I know Liam Neeson, Taken. There was like 5 Takens. I've seen at least 2, probably 3. Really? And I'm like, okay, what was his name? Is it Brian Mills? Like Brian Mills. I
really?
Yeah, and so like I think there's always been a Hollywood copycat. This is like, it's not new now. Like, hey, Die Hard was a success. Give me Die Hard on a plane. Give me Die Hard on a train. Give me Die Hard on a submarine with Steven Seagal. Give me Die Hard here.
Or a bus with Keanu Reeves.
Let's take the formula. And we'll put different stars to it. And now I think you see that a lot in today's action. Like, give me Ready or Not. Give me Ready or Not 2. Give me They Will Kill Us. Give me Abigail. Give me, someone in a house with a bunch of people hunting them, or, we'll put a little twist on the genre. Like, it's very much like formula driven and not so much like actor driven.
Yeah,
so I get that the superhero movies are kind of like what we have as far as action stars now. Tom Holland is right now in a movie that is going to literally make like $3 billion worldwide.
Have you watched it yet? Have you watched it yet?
No,
have you watched it?
I can't. I'm not going to put money into your fantasy team. You're gonna you got this runaway juggernaut hit that's going to carry you all the way to the top. You're not getting my $25 or whatever it takes to go see movies.
He was in Uncharted. That's an action movie.
He was with
Your
Mark
boy
Wahlberg.
Marky Mark was in it.
A freaking tank because of Mark Wahlberg. I love Tom Holland. I think Tom Holland's fantastic. But like if he was in a small like indie art house movie, I'd be like, absolutely. If he was on Broadway or off Broadway, I'd be like, yeah, it makes perfect sense. He's a great little actor. He's been in he's been in dramas. He's got range.
Yeah.
He happens to be Spider-Man, but like so was Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and I wouldn't consider either of them to be like big action heroes. Stars, but like, they were they were great. The role of Spider-Man, I don't think really calls for that archetype really anyway. It really calls for someone who can really bring the humanity of the character out. And that's so much resonance with the audience based on like, how much the actor is able to do that. And, so Hemsworth, sure. Like you could argue, like I was talking to Brody actually about this the other day. Like, he's in those like Extraction movies.
Yeah.
I've never seen one. And I've never had anyone ever ask me if I've seen one. I've never had anybody, I've never known anybody who's like, hey, you know what you should watch? Extraction. They exist in a way that like apparently when Greenland 2 came out, I was like, there was a Greenland 1? I missed that. Like there's just some movies. There's just movies that come out. There like Extraction 2 came out, and I'm like, oh, there's 2 of these. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Behind Enemy Lines with Owen Wilson. I don't know what are we doing here. There was that spawned some sequels too. I don't know. It's different. It's different today, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I was like thinking to myself, who has kind of like transcended like from now, who wasn't back in like the 80s and 90s and is popular now and doing like action and that kind of a thing. Yeah. And it's tough. It's tough to think about. Like then you think like you're like, well, are we thinking like Daniel Craig with James Bond? But does that really count? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, like he hasn't really done a lot of action after that.
He hasn't. And you look at the big franchises, right? And we're still milking them. It's 2026. We just started talking about Terminator and Aliens and Predator, and we're still pumping those out, man.
And Predator.
We're still, Star Wars? You want some more Star Wars? We're going to make you more Star Wars, whether you like it or not. There's new Blade Runner coming. Like we're still really living in some of these old franchises. Tron just had a bomb. John Wick is kind of over, but I think maybe they'll resurrect Keanu for one more run at that. It's different. I think like before the superhero explosion, they created like John McClane style characters. Without IP, they needed superheroes, and so superhero cops, superhero private investigators, superhero spy movies. Were we need another James Bond. We got Ethan Hunt, Mission Impossible. We got Jason Bourne. We're launching all these.
Oh, Tom Cruise. How did we forget
Tom
your
Cruise
boy?
I didn't forget him. I was saving him for this section.
Nice.
And Tom's still he's still doing his own stuff. Tom Cruise can never appear in a Christopher Nolan movie because he will die. Because Christopher Nolan will be like, all right, you want to do all your own stunts? Hey, I'm sending you to space. I don't know. You're gonna float around. We're gonna cut the cord. We're just gonna let you drift.
No. I'll be like, Mr. Nolan, don't do that. Come on.
It's all
get our boy
effects.
Back here. He's like, he's gonna come down in space. He thinks he can handle friction. Let's see. And I'm like, please don't do that to our boy. He can't do it. He can't do it.
But honestly, I think that beyond the superhero stuff, which I think is obvious. Obviously, that's dominating box office. But like, I think the way that television is now, where you have like these 8 to 10 episode seasons of things, like, and how well that fits something like a spy thriller, like 8 to 12 episodes of like, okay, we're gonna build up. Like Slow Horses, I think, is one of the best spy shows on Apple TV. Gary Oldman, it's fantastic.
Gary Oldman,
but like whatever your streaming service is, there's going to be some kind of like, a John Krasinski and like the, like why can't I think of the name? But like the Clancy guy.
Yeah. Have you seen Reacher? Have you seen Reacher
Jack
on
Ryan?
Jack Ryan? That's it. There you go.
Reacher.
And like the TV show Reacher.
Yeah, Alan Richardson should be like Schwarzenegger, right? He's a great actor. I loved even his very small role in New Girl. If you've seen it, he was fantastic, very funny.
He was in Smallville. But like he was in it,
and he was just in that straight to Netflix movie with like the technology stuff, and that was okay. But like
now I got one for you. I got one for you, and I can't believe I haven't thought. Vin Diesel or The Rock?
Can I abstain? Can I?
You cannot abstain.
If you would ask me like right around like the rundown, I might have said The Rock. But man, I liked Chronicles of Riddick. I liked the whole trilogy. Pitch Black.
Really?
I liked it all.
That first one was great.
I liked it all.
You're not a big Fast and Furious fan.
I have not seen anything except for Tokyo Drift. So that is
the
only
one with nobody in it. Oh my goodness, dude, the worst one. That was the only one I haven't seen.
I know, and they weren't on streaming for a long time, and now I just feel like so much time has passed. I've never been like a big car guy, and so like car-based action movies
I'll be honest,
not really my scene.
I never watched them until I saw part 5. Like I saw the first one, and I'm like, ugh, not interested. And then I heard that The Rock was going in it, and he and Vin Diesel were going to fight in it. And I was like, yeah, all right. And I was just like, this is ridiculous. Dude, it's ridiculous. You got to watch it just for the ridiculousness. There's like a scene where like Paul Walker's character, rest in peace, he is like hung up on these chains, and so is Vin Diesel. And Vin Diesel is just like breaks the chains, breaks his handcuffs. And I'm like, wait a minute. What? They sit there, they're in a car, and they go off a cliff into a huge pool of water, and they survive. It's like hundreds of feet. They survive because they let go of the car.
That's how it works.
I don't know. I don't understand. And I was just like, wait, that saved them somehow?
You know who likes the Fast and the Furious movies? Christopher Nolan. I would love to see. I would watch a Christopher Nolan directed Fast and the Furious movie. I would watch that.
Yeah. Okay, I would watch that too.
Tom Cruise making Days of Thunder 2. Get out of here with Days of Thunder 2. Come be in the new Fast and the Furious, directed by Christopher Nolan.
There you go.
And
let's
make
Tommy.
that happen. Like I love Jason Statham because he's still doing the thing that I grew up watching. I swear he's got like a poster of like the Village People in his room, and he's like, cop, done. Firefighter, done. Construction worker, done. And he's just like going through like the beekeeper, done. He's just
Doing
like going through
Doing it.
just what. Okay, hear me out. Jason Statham, but he is a telephone operator, and he hears a call that he shouldn't.
I love it.
He just gets.
You shouldn't have called here.
He's just a job-based action hero, and I love it. He's transporting this. He's doing this. It's fantastic.
Don't forget Crank. Don't forget Crank. As action movies it gets.
That is literally as action movie as it gets. He is like the ultimate. What you see is what you get. You know exactly what it's gonna be when you put it on. I love his quote. He says, "You ain't ever gonna get an Academy Award for doing Crank, and you certainly won't for doing all the other movies I've done." I love
you know what? When I first saw him in like Snatch, and I was just like, "Wow, this guy's really good." And then he became an action movie star, and I was just like, "Where did this come from?" Like, I'd love it if sometimes he delves back into that kind of thing. I have to say, like, when it comes to like action people, like right now, working at this moment in time, besides the martial artists, besides like Donnie Yen, I think Jackie Chan's like retiring or something like that. You've got Donnie Yen, you got Jason Statham. You've got Tom Cruise. Like, and it's hard for me not to put Tom Cruise at the very tip top of that, like right now. He's doing all of his stuff. He's in shocking shape. And he's like 70 years old or something like that. I don't get it. He's fantastic.
He's great. And look, there are still like action movies being made. There are still things that are being funneled into streaming services. I do think they get a little swallowed, and that maybe we've kind of lost the all I do is make action movies kind of like actor.
Yeah.
The fact that like we can sit around and like play the name a dude game, and I can be like, "Hey, Sasha Mitchell." And you'd be like, "Oh yeah, I watched all those bad straight to DVD kickboxer films." No, you didn't watch any. Like,
of course I did.
Sasha Mitchell.
Yeah,
all right.
I didn't. I've never seen. Like you said that, I'm like,
Mark.
I just lost that game. Mark Dacascos. Yeah, absolutely.
Come on.
He played the Crow, right? He played a TV show version of Eric Draven in The Crow, and he was like a bouncer at a place. Only the strong. Only the strong. Capoeira right there. All Capoeiristas
he was in a John Wick movie too.
That's right. He was.
Yeah.
He was in a Jet Li movie.
Yeah.
Who?
Capoeirists don't like that movie?
No. And they should.
But that's what made you become like I took a capoeira class with you.
Yes, you did. I didn't do it
there
because
for only
of
the strong. That's why I was there.
Yeah. There's a lot of better representations of capoeira out there that's not quite as badly written as Only the Strong, but it definitely is something that made you remember it. That made Mark Dacascos' name stick in my head before he was in The Crow TV show.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Well, hey, shout out to like Daniel Bernhardt, who did the Bloodsport, Mortal Kombat,
that's
things.
right.
We talked about Philip Ree, Christopher Lambert had a nice run there. Don the Dragon Wilson, baby, who did all the Blood Fists.
The Blood Fists.
Michael Dudikoff.
I didn't watch any of those.
Little Jeffrey
American Ninja.
Speakman. I mean, the list goes on.
Great. Hey, Rutger Hauer was in a couple of those.
Rutger Hauer. Hey, Blind Fury was a good movie. That was a fun movie. That was a fun watch.
Absolutely.
So
if you were here we go.
This, go ahead.
If you had to choose an actor like right now who hasn't done like a whole bunch of action, and you're like, you know what, I could see this person kind of going into this kind of a thing. Who would you choose? Who would you be like, yeah, I could see this happening? Timothy Chalamet suddenly wants to pick up weights and start doing some action things. None of his opera, what have you.
It'd have to be somebody who's doing stuff that's like good. I wouldn't mind seeing someone else like do the Chris Pratt route, where like he was really funny on Parks and Rec, and and not at all like seeming like an action star. Give me someone like Joel McHale, who's or give me Donald Glover. Give me anyone from the cast of Community besides maybe Chevy Chase.
Donald Glover is an excellent choice. I'd love to see him just knocking out action movies.
Yeah, I mean, he did like the Mr. and Mrs. Smith TV show, and he's just really talented. I mean, it'd be fun. And maybe they're going to be looking for a new Blade.
There we go. Oh, you can't. Speaking of you can't forget Michael B. Jordan. Not only was he Creed, but I mean, he's doing a remake of the Thomas Crown Affair.
he's too good of an actor. See, that's the problem.
Yeah, I know.
He's
that's
great.
true.
Like he's a movie star. He's a bona fide movie star. He's fantastic. He does action really well, but also he does everything really well. So like it just doesn't. I don't know. Like we need worse actors.
You need worse actors in order to have an action. Come on,
who are just martial artists who just fight. That's all they do. Yeah. They just fight. They fight and make bad movies. That's what I want. I want some of these straight to streaming. And let me know, like, if there's some great straight to streaming action films that you guys like that I should be watching. Let me know, because I'm always in the mood for a good action.
Did you see The Gray Man with Chris Evans? And I didn't see that, okay. But I've got to say, I've been sitting here thinking, like, where is Chris Evans with his action movies? I want to see him in doing more stuff. Yeah, not just Captain America. Come on,
man. Although, hey, if I was cashing those Captain America checks, you wouldn't find me doing anything else either. I just, all I do is play Captain America and cash checks. That's it. That's my life.
That's all I gotta do.
It'd be a pretty sweet life. So I don't blame him for that. I guess we didn't mention Keanu Reeves enough. Like one of the all-time greats, Nicolas Cage. Certainly there's. We didn't talk nearly enough about the wonderful women of action, and there's so many wonderful names in that as well.
Yeah,
so it's a lot of ground we didn't cover, but we've been talking way too long, and so we're gonna cut it here. But Dylan, do you have a favorite movie that you want to shout out from your childhood, or favorite actor that we didn't cover? Just one last thing you want to toss at the people? Give them a recommendation of something they may not have seen.
Something you may not have seen. Hey, you know what? Let's go back to Blade. Wesley Snipes. Oh, you know what? Let's go with what's another great Wesley Snipes action movie? Like he is. I'm gonna go. I'm
Passenger 57, baby.
Passenger 57. Also, I mean, Blade. I've got. He doesn't get enough love, and that's who I'm gonna go with right there. I think you've got Blade. You got the Money Train, where you've got all sorts of these different sorts of like
U.S. Marshals,
Demolition Man. What's that?
Murder at U.S. Marshals. Murder at 1600.
He was in. RDJ was in the that sequel with Wesley Snipes. I love all of this.
If you guys run into it, there was like back-to-back parachute action movies. One with Charlie Sheen and one with Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
Give me drops. Give me Drop Zone. Give me Drop Zone.
That was with Charlie Sheen, right?
No. Drop Zone is the Wesley.
Good. Okay. See, very good. Very good. I was like, wait a second. That's yeah. But yeah, no. You can't go wrong with Wesley Snipes. What about you? If you had one. Vertical Limits. Vertical Limits.
Yes. Thank you.
Charlie Sheen is not an action star. Never been an action star nor an actor.
I think if you have not seen Escape from New York, I think they're going to be rebooting that. So find it.
Yeah.
Watch the original, and you can get a little sense of that. I think
Kurt Russell, fantastic.
The new both of the new Predator movies were very good. So like
that's
Prey
right, yeah.
and Badlands. I think both of those are excellent. If you're just looking for something like that to watch. If you're looking for a good spy show, Slow Horses.
Oh, there we go.
But I mean, there's lots of good stuff out there. Too many to recommend. But if you want some more recommendations, let us know in the comments, because I don't want to keep you guys here all night just rattling off things.
We got to do another episode with the ladies of action.
Now we're talking ladies of action. Absolutely, we'll do that. Especially if we'll run it by the boss man, see if he's feeling up for it. But it might be a little while, so you might get these ugly mugs back at you again real soon. So with that, hey, wish Brody well in the comments. We wish him well, speedy recovery. Hope to see you back soon. And watch some action movies out there. Enjoy yourselves, people. Have a good time. Movies are supposed to be fun. Enjoy it, and we'll see you next time.